You are listening to the Vibrant Life Podcast, Episode 11. The Vibrant Life. Hey you, welcome to the Vibrant Life Podcast. My name is Emily Romrell, and I hope you're having a happy day. If not, hopefully this episode will make it a little bit better. I'm really excited about the topic this week. This is an idea that's been percolating down in my heart and brain for a while now. I usually take some time to research ideas for the podcast online. It's fun to prospect for any golden nuggets of wisdom out there, and I was really fascinated to discover this philosophy that's been around for centuries in Japanese culture, but it's definitely a little bit foreign to Western ideals. So today we're going to be talking about Wabi Sabi. If, when I say that word, you're picturing that spicy green stuff that comes with your sushi, that's not quite right. That's wasabi, and I like sushi, but wasabi really isn't my thing. But wabi sabi is definitely something that I can get down with. In simple terms, wabi sabi is the art of embracing and appreciating imperfection. And I've included a couple insightful videos from YouTube in the show notes that I think are worth checking out. So definitely check on the website to see some bonus videos and things like that. But Wabi Sabi is a super powerful idea, and I'm really excited about it today. So just to get things kicked off, one great quote from the amazing Brené Brown is, I'm a recovering perfectionist and an aspiring good enoughist. And as a recovering perfectionist myself, I really relate to that. Fear stopped me in my tracks for a long time. I didn't want to put anything out into the world because, like Joe March says in that movie Little Women, I am hopelessly flawed. But even now, it's a big deal for me to put my content out there for all of you. I want my stuff to be perfect, but I'm learning to settle for good enough. One of my favorite teachers to listen to is Brooke Castillo. She's truly inspiring, and she's the host of the Life Coach School podcast, so you guys should definitely check that out. I've learned a lot from that podcast, but her take on perfectionism is pretty great. And in the episode on productivity, she explains a little bit about this, and she says, you need to be willing to do B- work. That is where the most productivity will come from. Give yourself a time limit to produce the result, and then honor it no matter what. It's just like school. The paper is due, turn in what you have, pencils down, turn it in. Done is better than perfect is my favorite quote. I don't even know who said it, but I think it's just fantastic. Get it done, right? And she goes on to say, now you can't put D and F work out into the world. That's not going to work. So you can't be sloppy and not attentive without a plan. But you also can't constantly strive for A+ work and perfectionism because you won't be able to produce at that level. The aim is B-. You got to get it done. You got to be efficient. You got to be productive. It's got to be high quality. It's got to be passable. It's not just passable mediocre. It's at a C. You got to B-. It's good stuff. So I really love that from her. You should definitely check out the Life Coach School podcast. But in a world where anything less than an A can feel like a failure, this is really great advice. The truth is that C is average. And that means most people on any given day produce C work. Do anything above that and you're going to stand out. And here's another truth. The more work that you put out, the better you get. So you may start with B- material, but as you grow and learn, you will eventually start putting out more A quality stuff. So practice really does make perfect. It's kind of the ironic saying that comes to mind. And there's a link to that podcast episode in my show notes, so definitely give that a listen. Along with this idea of getting work out there, even if it's not perfect, is the idea of simplicity. People like to overcomplicate things. I know I'm really guilty of this. It's easy to overanalyze and turn a job that you could do in 10 steps into 20 steps just because you're thinking too hard. Or maybe it's a lot easier to make a plan than it is to put it into action. That really hits home for me also. I have a lot of fun making lists and elaborate plans. Imagination is great, and I can plan details and envision the perfect scenarios for everything to take place. But the funny thing is, life's not perfect. And when you take an idea out of your head and put it into action, a lot of chaos bubbles up. Other people you might be working with will not see things the exact same way that you do. Even if you work by yourself, transforming an idea into reality can be difficult, and the results are rarely the same as the picture in your head. It can be frustrating, but if you allow yourself to go with the flow, sometimes the results are better than what you imagined. Almost always different, but sometimes better. And one way to accept this journey of creation is to attempt to make things as simple as possible. In writing, they teach you to avoid fancy and fluffy words. I'm a sucker. I love reading. I'm a big fan of fun, long, big words. But the point is to get to the point. The more concise you can be, the better. And in the Wabi Sabi philosophy, simplicity allows you to see the soul of a thing, and you can see its beauty. But Wabi Sabi is more than just accepting our imperfections or being effectively simple. It's truly finding the beauty in something or someone. So keeping with Japanese culture, you may be familiar with kintsugi, and that's the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery by mending their cracks with gold or silver. So you might have seen those bowls that have like the gold cracks or silver cracks or vases, and the broken object becomes even more beautiful than before. And I swear, you can't throw an imaginary stick out into the universe without hitting a metaphor, but this is one that you should remember. I don't think it's possible to go through life without being broken, right? I don't care who you are, life is going to knock you down hard, and you're bound to get scars. But broken things can mend and become more glorious from the breaking. Ernest Hemingway said, "We are all broken, and that's how the light gets in." And beauty is light. Anything beautiful is beautiful because it resonates with the light inside us. So if you happen to be feeling broken at the moment, that's a good thing to remember. I believe that we are all sent to this earth to gain experiences that ultimately polish, refine, and mold us into our highest selves. And we can't reach our potential without hardship. But beauty is born from hardship. In the past, I've wondered why it is that artists and creators seem to deal with so much pain. But I've come to realize that we all have pain, and it's the artists and creators that are able to transform their pain with their passion. And that option is available to all of us. Another part of Wabi Sabi is appreciating age and the character that it brings in nature, in objects, and in ourselves. A great example of this is the patina that comes to objects through time and use. Patinas, you might be familiar with those. They're produced on metals, especially through oxidation. So iron will rust and copper and brass turn green, and what was once shiny and new takes on a different beauty, perhaps even more special because of the unique personality that manifests through time. And one of the most famous examples of this is actually the Statue of Liberty. So proud to be an American, and I love this example. Did you know that actually the Statue of Liberty, when she was first built, was all shiny and coppery brown? It's just like a new penny. And according to the National Park Service, the statue is made of 30 tons of copper. So I guess it's more like 435 million shiny new pennies. But over time, the blue-green patina transformed Lady Liberty into the majestic symbol that we recognize today. And there was a debate back in the day whether or not they should clean the statue and return her to the original copper color. But the public denounced this idea, recognizing that the character of the statue is now even more special than when it was first created. So there you go. The same holds true for people. Whether it's laugh lines, age spots, gray hairs, or scars, we all are transformed as we live our lives. We might not always appreciate this for what it is, but each of these marks adds to our character and, in my opinion, makes us more beautiful. But it's not, again, just appreciating the physical signs of age. It's also understanding that our inner limitations and weaknesses can refine us in beautiful ways as well. One thing that I've really been trying to work on is self-love, and it's not easy. There's a figurative monster in my head lurking in the background that loves to whisper negative thoughts to me throughout the day. And I think a lot of us struggle with our flaws and the fear of showing them to others. The fear of seeing them in the mirror is real. But this idea of Wabi Sabi really helps. It's actually helped me dig up some courage. I decided, hey, what the heck, maybe I'll put a few of my songs up on my website. I love playing the guitar, and I'm definitely not a pro. I'm what you might call like a campfire guitarist. Chords are my friend, and I'm not an amazing singer by any means. And I don't have great equipment, so the sound quality isn't amazing either. But the funny thing is that since I recorded a couple songs and put them up, I've listened to my past self sing to my present self, and it's been really empowering. I've actually been like, hey, maybe I don't sound as bad as I think. I don't know, but it's been fun, and it's been, a thing for me to try to put myself out there, and I definitely can see the imperfections, but I've also got a lot of empowerment from that. So that is what it is, I guess. But same story with the podcast. It took me a long time to get the guts to do this, but the idea of promoting a vibrant life is something that I just really feel passionate about, and I feel called to it. I make a lot of mistakes, but I'm learning as I create these episodes, and I'm hopefully getting better every time. And as I'm realizing I'm also realizing how far I've come along the road, even though I do realize that there's a big stretch of the road left to travel. So if we can recognize that imperfections make us beautiful, it opens the door for us to truly be ourselves and to strive to reach our full potential. So this week, my challenge to you guys is to be brave and put yourself out there. None of us are perfect, however hard we might try to be, but imperfect efforts always give some results, and failure to act because of our flaws only leaves us with regret. So go be brave and embrace your imperfections, and not only just accept them, but realize our imperfections are what make us beautiful. Before I go, just really quick, are you guys enjoying the podcast? It's been a thrill for me to put it out there for you. So if you feel like the Vibrant Life podcast is adding value to your life, how about a quick thank you in the form of a review on iTunes? I know that it does take a couple minutes, but it would mean a lot. So thanks for helping me reach more listeners and getting the podcast out to as many people as possible. And thanks, peeps. Live the vibrant life.